Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hey, good to see a few of you guys on this morning. Alison, good morning to you. Looks like I've got my internet stuff sorted. Anyway, I don't want to say it too out loud. Children, hey? Children and the internet. More complicated than you'd hope. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Good to see a bunch of you guys on early this morning. Hopefully you're all awesome and well. Hopefully if you're in Victoria, you're staying safe. I've seen a bit about the flooding there. A bit of a shout out and sending positive vibes your way. It's not great when that stuff happens. We had a few of the floods a few times up my way and not so great. But there you go. Just sending positive vibes to anyone who's affected. Welcome along to another Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Marvellous Monday, October 17. We're back at it as you need to be on a Monday, up and hustling. Hope wherever you are, you're ready to roll. Hey, morning, Steve. Good to see you. While everything's warming up on the internet land, let's go and have a look at little intros. Jason Witten's my name. Most of you know that. All of you know that. Well, you should. And if you don't, hey, make sure you follow us and find out what we're up to if you're brand new. We've been doing this for a few years now. Been chatting each morning around about 10 past 8 if we can get it going. Queensland time. And when daylight savings changes, it's a bit of a pain because it's 10 past 9 in other places and whatever. But we've been doing this for a few years, and each morning we get together, have a quick Wealth Coffee chat about the world of investing, about the world of property, about what's going on out there in the crazy world that we live in. Crazy, amazing world. And been property investing well over 20 years myself, coaching property investors 20 years this year as well, or next year. So along the way, learnt a couple of things, done a few deals, helped a few people, and we've learnt maybe what not to do and what to do when it comes to property investing. And when I talk about property investing, folks, if you're new, if you've been here a while, you know this. We talk about the idea of buying something that you're happy to own forever. Buying a piece of residential real estate for a wealth in the future creation process. We get some benefits now, but really the benefit is in the future for us all. This is not get quick. It doesn't exist. It's bullshit. But if you want to follow some of these tried and tested rules, we're going to talk about this morning, frameworks, rules, foundations, laws, whatever you want to call them, the idea that you will create wealth if you follow them, be patient and focus. Anyway, that's what we thought we'd chat about this morning. So welcome. If you're new, let us know. Say a little hello in the chat. Steve, thinking of you, mate. Hopefully everything's okay if you're down there and water's coming your way. So I wanted to talk about a few things today when it comes to getting our mojo on, when it comes to creating, our wealth, our property portfolio. And for many of us, the idea isn't something that we are naturally, let's say, skilled at. The idea of creating a property portfolio. We didn't go to school and study it. Hey, Fiona. We didn't go to school and study it. We weren't taught it by our parents, let's say. We're not taught it by anyone unless you're in one of our programs or you're self-teaching. But to begin with, it's not something that's, hey, you should invest. You should buy properties, whatever it might be. So the idea when we're getting started, a lot of people talk about this thing called strategy. All right, I'm going to put this at the top here. Strategy. G. Is that how you spell strategy? I hope it is. Anyway, all right, strategy. All right, now tell me in the chat, if you can, in very basic terms, and I know sometimes it's a bit difficult to type, wherever you are, but put in the chat, what's your strategy? What's your strategy? when it comes to real estate, okay? What's your big picture? What's the high level thing? What's the thing, if you boil it down, you could tell me in under 5 seconds when it comes to your strategy, okay? So have a think about that as we go along. What is it? What's the concept of your strategy? So here's, and while people are typing out, here's a high level strategy. I like to sort of say, if you can't explain what you're doing, what you're up to, a great retirement. Okay, Teresa, cool. You know, what I would encourage, Teresa, is you put a number on that. What does it look? Yeah, passive income, upgrading PPR. All right, so put some numbers on those ones. And today, you know, let's think about this. My strategy is this, right? So, PPR, debt-free. The passive income, all right, 350K, all right, the super balance, 1.7 mil times 2 for 2 people, right, okay, and that would then, in my business world, I've got some business real property of an industrial, let's call it a commercial property, debt-free as well. All right, so let's just say that. Let's just say, like, okay, debt-free, principal place of residence, passive income of 350, my super has to be 1.7 million times 2 for 2 people, because we know why that is, and we've got a business commercial property, you know, debt-free. And you can put some numbers on these. You put some dollars, put some dollars. So basically it's dollars, numbers. Is that a number? Is that how you do the number thing? And then time. Okay? That's how you should be able to express your strategy. Okay? Doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated, because what people get confused about with strategy, when I talk with people investing, anyway, this is the way I break it down, make it really simple. You know, I want a debt-free principal place of residence. I want a passive income of 350. I want my super balance to be 1.7 million or more. And I want my business real commercial property to be debt-free as well. But there you go. All right, cool. Let's talk about what that might look like, what we need to do when it comes to, you know, getting that done. Because for many of us, this next part is really where the rubber meets the road. This is all airy-fairy. This is all pie in the sky. But when, to be honest, let's do this. Let's show, let's do that color. All right, let's do this. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Strategy is just hot air and sunshine, folks, when it comes to this conversation, if you don't do something about it. Now, what do you guys think down here? And I'm going to put this out to you guys. What do you think? Where does the rubber meet the road when it comes to this stuff? Where's the rubber meet the road? Tell me, what is this one down here? I'm going to call this, I'm going to put an I there. And it's a kind of a bit of a tricky word, but you could probably call it a billion different ways, building different things. Probably not a billion, but a few different things. But what is this one down here? This is the foundation. This is 80% of the reality. This is 80% of what we need to do. What's this? We come up with a great strategy, blah, 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 all of this wonderful, exciting stuff, right? But now what? What has to happen from strategy down here, all right? The work has to be done, all right? And what do we call this, okay? It needs to get done. Get done, right? Okay? What do we call that, all right? Done. Anyone know? Implementation. Boom, Luke. All over it this morning. Implement. Implementation. All right. We've got to implement it, team. And this this is where the wobbles occur, all right? You know, what happens out here, right? The time it takes to transform your strategy and get it done, right? You've got to implement this thing, right? You have an idea. This doesn't change. You're not changing every 5 minutes. Nothing worse than going, oh, you know what? No. I'm only going to do this. I'm only going to do that, whatever it is. Like changing the high level strategy all the time is a no-no. Over here, some of the implementation, some of the tactical things that you might go and do, sure, you might buy something and sell something for a profit if you want to. I don't encourage that. It's not my cup of tea. You might do all sorts of different things. Deploy your capital. Totally, Alison. Implementation is about getting it done. All right? Now, this can take some time. Implement the strategy. How do we get a debt-free strategy going? How do we get our passive income organized, structured, whatever it might be? How do we get our super, understand? How do we do our business stuff? So over here, implementers, who do we need some help with? Over here, who are the team members, right? You'll need a coach. You'll need a finance person, okay? You'll need a property agent, right, for the acquisition. You'll need a property manager, okay? Manager, over here. Okay, implement. Who else will you need over that side? Okay, so just think about that. And to be honest, let's do this because I'm going to nick these people over to this other side here. Right, that's an implementation team. Your coach, your finance person, your property. Get it done, folks. Get it done. Right, the next part in our implementation over here is the next bit. What do you guys think here? Yeah, accountant, and I'm going to sort of do something here in a second, Luke, which I think accountant sits over this side. What happens, because once you get strategy together, strategy certainly, and actually let's reverse up for 30 seconds because you reminded me of something, Luke. Who helps set the strategy? Who helps set the strategy, folks? All right, okay. The people who help set the strategy, you've got a coach. I would include the fin planner. And I would include the accountant. Okay? That's your strategy team, folks. Up here, strategy team. Okay? Because, let me tell you, now, coach / property advisor. Okay? Now, I would make sure, this is because I'm very biased on this, you want someone who is property positive, property focused, and the financial planner and accountant help with the conversation of the strategy. Everyone cool with that? Okay. That's your strategy team. Coach, advisor, financial planner, and accountant. You've got your implementation team. You need to keep your coach in the mix. Your finance team and your property agent, whether you're using a buyer's agent, whether you're an investment agent, whether you're using a joint venture development team, whatever it is, whatever that is, they're the team that puts it together. And over here, in this third section, what's the last piece, right? What do you think, team? What do you think over here? M. And it's the one that takes time. Let's face it. You've got to do this, and it's kind of the boring one, to be honest. What is it? Tell me what that one is. Anybody know? Anybody know? M is for management, right? You've got to manage your portfolio, okay? Now, it's a boring one. A lot of people go, oh, it's not as exciting. Over here, who are these people? You got your property manager, okay? Absolutely essential person in the long-term management of your wealth, right? You've got your accountant. And often, an accountant for strategy, someone who's a strategy person, is very different to a long-term management person. You will find in accounting firms, a strategy conversation might be with someone a bit more high level, and a management conversation, which is doing your tax returns, PAYG variation, working out some calculations. Absolutely, Luke. You run it like a business, mate, along the way. And over here, a little bit, they're like an accountant. The fin planner can be involved here too. All right. So think about this, folks, as we go into what we're up to. The strategy conversation, absolutely, is important. You need to nail it. You need to get it dialed. However, it is all hot air and sunshine. And I mean all hot air and sunshine. It's all magic tricks and make-believe unless you actually bloody do something. Get on with it, all right? So right now we've got, the world of property investing having some, short-term challenges when the cost of funding is increasing and servicing is a bit more difficult. And that's just the way it is. You can't change that right now. Understand, your strategy has not changed. Strategy hasn't changed at all. Down here, you need to be talking with your finance person, understanding the implementation of what you need to do when interest rates are this cost, this expense. Over here, your property person, I want to find a place where my rents are going to go up. I want to find a place where I can add some value. Whatever it is, I want to buy a property 2 years off the plan and I don't have to worry about interest rates and servicing right now. One of the best strategies in these turbulent times is to delay the purchase but own the real estate. Right now, control it. And we can talk about, those things a bit later on. Anyway, there you go, folks. Done and dusted for today. Wealth Coffee Chat over and out. Hopefully that made sense. And you, the person, the happy person, you're at the middle of it. You're there going, this is what I want. This is when I want it. Let's go, team. Away we go. All right, folks, that's it. I'm done and dusted. Wealth Coffee Chat over and out. You guys be awesome, be well. Remember, tonight, mentoring is on. And we're going to talk about all things the amount of wealth. We're going to do some, a couple of little exercises tonight. And Sam's got some things as well. So don't miss out. See you tonight, folks. Adios. Bye-bye. Done and dusted here.